The Corolla Cross has recently been given a comprehensive model update, including exterior design changes and tweaks to the interior trim and specification. But some would argue that it wasn't necessary because the Corolla Cross is so popular. Joining me in studio today to give us the lowdown on the evergreen SUV is the manager for product communications at Toyota and Lexus, Mzo Witbooi. Mzo, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. I haven't been here since my media days.
that would have been a while ago, I would imagine.
A long time, probably about 10 years ago.
Wow, and a lot has happened at Toyota since then. But let's talk about recent events at Toyota. The Corolla Cross, it is exceptionally popular. The South African audience loves it. It's got accolades from things like Cars Awards. When I'm asked on Cape Talk about a vehicle in that segment to recommend, the Corolla Cross always comes up. What's been the reason for its success and how those sales figures been looking recently?
Okay, so I think I'll take you back. So at Toyota, it's one of the most enduring nameplates. The Corolla name is what has endured for the past few years. So it started as a sedan. So with people moving away from sedans and cars that are quite low to the ground, we decided that to keep the Corolla nameplate, we needed to have something that has a decent ground clearance, an SUV that's going to appeal to everyone.
That would have been a risky I would imagine that boardroom conversation would have been quite interesting about, are we going to use the Corolla name on an SUV and what would the public's reception be to that?
That's correct. But also bear in mind that had it been a completely new name, then it would have been tricky as well.
Yeah.
People like familiarity. So Corolla is one of those trusted brands. And so it made the transition a little easier. You'd also know that we invested a lot. Our plant in Durban before the introduction of the Corolla Cross, it's built on a completely new platform in South Africa. So we didn't have the TNGA platform at the time. So I think we invested to the tune of 2.4 billion rands in 2021 before we introduced the vehicle. Wow. Yeah.
I remember at the press conference, I put my hand up and asked, where is the electric version? But it seems that Toyota made the right move by specifically focusing on hybrid. Tell us a bit more about that decision and the new energy plans for the future.
Okay. Let me start with the Corolla Cross. I think I've already mentioned that the first hybrid to be mass produced in South Africa. So it's this model. And last year, 2024, it was the best-selling new energy vehicle in South Africa. So there's a reason for that, and it's priced nicely. The Corolla Cross in general is priced between 400,000 and around 516,000 rands.
Which is the sweet spot.
That's the sweet spot. Anything in the 500,000 mark is a sweet spot. And there are not many hybrids that would offer you a good value in this range. Going back to the question about our new energy strategy as the company, even though I like the idea of us promoting new energy vehicles, we must also bear in mind that we live in a country that's quite diverse, where not all the vehicles we offer are going to appeal to everyone. So for that reason, we as Toyota and TMC have what we call the multi-approach strategy when it comes to powertrains. So we have your mild hybrids, like you would find in the Hilux as well as the Fortuner, and then you would have the hybrid that you find in the Corolla Cross. And then if you move a little bit up, then you get your plug-in hybrid. If I were to mention Lexus as well as your NX plug-in hybrid or an RX plug-in hybrid, the beauty about it is that you can tap into your electric power for your trips to and from the office without even touching your fuel in your fuel tank. And it's basically only when you do your long trips that you'd use your fuel.
Yeah, and then of course there's the GRS models, and I love how Toyota have structured the pyramid of speed, where you've got anything from a couple of stickers to suspension work, and then of course you get the top flight Yaris models, etc. But what about the Corolla Cross GRS? Tell me a bit about that.
With the GRS, it's only the interior that has changed, so you get a new infotainment screen and so forth. And the reason for that is because it was introduced a bit later after the overall introduction of the Corolla Cross.
So I would imagine there's an update to GRS coming down the line?
You know that we don't normally talk about our product plan, but I wouldn't rule it out. It would make a lot of sense. Make a lot of sense to have a Corolla Cross GRS. Yeah.
So what does the future hold for Corolla Cross now that it's been facelifted? Toyota's lifespan usually is quite extended, but now there's just been a facelift. You don't talk about the future plans too much, but what does the future hold for Corolla Cross?
For most manufacturers, lifespan of a model could be anything between 5 to 7 years, but we at Toyota, we normally work with anything between 7 and 10 years, and sometimes even upwards of 10 in some cases. But I can assure you that the Corolla nameplate is here to stay. So we will do something. You watch the space, yeah.
I'm going to throw something out there. Maybe a Corolla Cross Taz down the line. I don't know.
You'll never know. You'll never know.
Mzo, thanks so much for joining us in studio today and giving us some of those insights and secrets and updating us on the Corolla Cross. It has been quite the success story in South Africa, and judging by the reception of the public, it's a good product that the public is enjoying currently. So thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me, and it was a pleasure to chat to you about the Corolla Cross.
Awesome.
Thank you.
The new Corolla Cross, filled with life.